Hey, what's going on YouTube? Today I'm back in the shop finishing up on a project, and I figured I'd share this last step with you. I built a coffee table and I'm going to seal it off with amazing clear cast made by Alumilite. I have used this stuff more times than I can count, and I have never once been disappointed. And I'll go ahead and say this is not a sponsored advertisement. No one's paying me to say this. Alumilite is a really big company, and I'm just a guy in my workshop with 80 subscribers. My favorite thing about Alumilite, it's made in the USA. This stuff is made for clear coating and casting. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the table. So here's the coffee table that I built. I've already got it on its legs. The reason for that is whenever I seal it with the epoxy, I don't really wanna turn it over and put it on the floor to drill the legs in, because that might scratch it up or something. I'd rather just go ahead and have the legs on there so I don't have to do that. And after the epoxy cures, it's 100% complete. So when you open up your Amazing Clear Cast by Alumilite, you get two little mixing cups. You get the A side, which is the casting resin, and the B side, which is the hardener. You'll also get these little mixing sticks, which I really like to use. You're also going to be needing some measuring cups, bucket things. Unless you're doing like a really small craft or project or something, then you can just use pretty much like the little measuring cups that it comes with. So moving on with the mixing, I don't think it's possible that this could be any more easy than it is. It's 1-to-1, A to B. If you do 1 cup of resin, you do 1 cup of hardener, 1 quart of resin, 1 quart of hardener, and so on, just equal parts. The hardener is a lot more thin than the resin, so it's gonna come out of the bottle a lot faster. Okay, so I got the equal amounts in the buckets. Now I'm just gonna pour the hardener into the resin and I'm gonna mix it up really well. I feel like I need to go ahead and scrape some out of there. You wanna get all of it that you can. You wanna keep the ratio equal. You don't wanna throw that off, because then you'll have issues with it not curing, and that really sucks. One thing I will say, do not get this stuff in your eyes. It happened to me one time and I ended up in the emergency room. It's a horrible experience, and trust me, you do not want that to happen. I'm gonna be using one of these larger popsicle stick things to mix it up, because it's too deep for the small sticks that come with the kit. And obviously, this is the most important part of the whole thing. You gotta mix this stuff up really well, 100%. You gotta scrape the edges, you gotta scrape the bottom, scrape the corners, all that, a lot. All right guys, so I got the epoxy mixed up with the hardener really well. So now the fun part, you just wanna take your cup and just kinda do like this. Kind of go around the table, pouring it out. Nothing fancy, doesn't have to be perfect. Now I'm going to take my little scraper thing and just kind of not press down too hard, because then you're going to just scrape it all up, but you just want to kind of even it out. Just kind of float over it. So whenever you're doing this, you really don't need to worry about making it look perfect. The epoxy will do that on its own. Just kind of spread it out evenly and it'll settle and it'll all blend together. right, guys, check it out. So you see next to the light right there, all those little bubbles? That is nothing to be concerned about. You don't even have to torch this stuff. Those bubbles just, they're gonna come out on their own. So as you can see, it's kind of bleeding off right here. And over there, it's bleeding off. So I'm just gonna kind of get a little bit out of my bucket here, just like that. Just kind of do like that. That's all you gotta do. And it'll stick there. It's really easy. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this around the whole table. Okay guys, so I just finished putting all the epoxy on. Check it out. How cool is that? It's a lot better with the light. I'll show you some better lighting. Stuff is just really shiny, really glossy, as you can see. So I'm gonna let that cure overnight. And when I wake up tomorrow, this should be rock solid. Okay guys, it is now the next day and the clear cast is fully cured. You can pretty much see the reflection of my hand in there. Really makes a big difference. So yeah guys, I hope this was helpful. I've seen a lot of videos on how to use Amazing Clear Cast, and the videos that I've seen just don't go into depth very much. They don't really explain anything. So my goal here was to help you out with that a little bit. If you don't mind hitting that subscribe button for me, I would greatly appreciate it. There's plenty more to come. Before you click on the next video, take a glance at the description for me if you don't mind. And until next time, later guys.